like when EVs came and it was like, oh, there's going to be no sound, there's going to be no this. Again, it'll bring in a new experience, it'll bring in a
Yeah.
new challenge for you to overcome. And I think that has been the key part of why automobiles were fascinating, why motorcycles continue to be fascinating for so many people,
Correct.
because it's an achievement.
Yeah.
If you manage to ride a motorcycle, because it takes more skill,
Yeah.
it's an achievement. There's a sense of satisfaction of having it conquered something.
Yeah, and I'm sure that if there was Instagram in the early 1900s, there were people commenting on that Instagram saying these newfangled motorcycle and car things, they don't even whinny like my horse does. And I miss that sound when I'm riding it.
Yeah.
When I say go faster, there's no protest. My horse protests, and I love the fact that we are having an argument over whether we want to go faster or not with the horse. This motorcycle car thing, it just sort of goes until it breaks. I'm sure that was happening in early 1900s Instagram.
So I think even that for me is a question of give it a shot. See.
Oh yeah, for sure.
you
Look,
know.
new experiences will always happen. And if you're not open to the idea that, okay, let me see what this is like before I say no.
Mm.
Like, I have a food example to give you. You may not like it. But when I went to Japan for the first time, Murad Ali Beg, the senior journalist,
Of course.
Murad was with me. And that was my first time outside the country. And I didn't know Murad before the trip. And Murad made me promise that since I am not opposed to eating any kind of food, we'll push it further by saying when they put a plate in front of you, you will endeavor to finish everything on your plate.
Mm.
You don't have to like it, but you will finish that plate. I said, okay, until you finish eating any part of that, till then you can't ask what that part is. I said, okay.
Yeah.
He says, if you like, take more. And if you don't like, refuse more.
Mm.
But if you put a barrier in front of you saying, oh, that's that, I will not eat that, then you will not experience what that is.
Mm.
I had like the greatest time ever for the next 22 years because I never walked away from that principle. I'd say, what is it? Is baat ka sawal? Let's eat some and see what it is.
Open mind.
But that opens your experience out. And I think the point that Karthik has been making so far is you're taking a lot of decisions about automobiles from second-hand information, as it were. You haven't driven it, but you're listening to family members discuss it. You're reading reviews somewhere. You're watching YouTube videos. You're watching a lot of content, not worrying about what the authority level and experience level of the person telling you what's going on is. Okay, I'll give you an example. There was a Kawasaki bike, I think, and this video says this gearbox is really rough and it shifts so badly. It's where it started. Okay. And I was like, a Japanese gearbox shifts badly.
Kawasaki.
Yeah, a Japanese gearbox is shifting badly. Bike was brand new out of the showroom, and the man was evaluating the transmission literally 3 kilometers into the riding experience. In 3 kilometers, I can't even tell what the fundamentals of this bike are yet. 3 kilometers is what it takes for me to say, okay, I have to figure out how the brakes work so that I can stop in an emergency first. Then I will start saying, okay, what does the engine do? What does the transmission do? What's the handling like? Where is the comfort level? And that's the next 500, 700, 800 kilometers. He's taken 3 kilometers out of the showroom. He's already given a verdict on the transmission. But the audience that is watching this video, and this is the point, not what the guy said. The point is, who stopped to ask what does this person know as a database for this opinion to be valid? Right? The reason why everybody thinks MKBHD is a great tech reviewer is because he has a huge track record of reviewing tech. So you can see where his preferences are, what his tastes are, what he's inclined towards appreciating and what he's inclined to not appreciate. And this is true for 100 other tech reviewers who've been around for a long time. But if I were to start doing tech reviews tomorrow and hold up a phone and say, this is a great phone, how do you know I know phones? After listening to that, did you get the feeling that you were missing out? You should hold on to that feeling. Or you could go to the main MotorInc channel and the feeling will go away.